we were just got a lot to look at here. Ali was basically mentioning about our spreadsheet that talks about the 8 diagrams and how it's a little confusing when we use the word creating function or Yang attributes. We kind of talked about thinking maybe we should put it instead of Yang attributes a positive, since when we look at the Earth, we don't want to say that the Earth is Yang. You agree? So, as I said, this is a work in progress, so I just basically, wherever it says Yang and Yin, I just cross that out and put in positive and negative. Am I happy with that change? Any thoughts or discussion about this spreadsheet? This is our first week to basically be using it. We didn't do the work in progress, so I just basically, wherever it says Yang and Yin, I just cross that out and put in our negative. Am I happy with that change? Oh, I see. Any thoughts or
I have to mute my
discussion about this?
Oh my gosh, I have to mute my microphone.
This is our first week to base using it.
Okay, me.
The work in progress, so I just basically, wherever it says Yang and Yin, I just cross that out and put happy with that?
Coming from? Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, I see. Any thoughts or
I have to mute my. Uh-oh. What do we do?
discussion about
Oh
this
my gosh,
spreadsheet?
I have to mute my microphone. Oh, why did that? Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for your chart to show up.
I
I want to thank Olivia for preparing this chart. I think it's a great way to lay out much prettier than my chart as far as how he's putting all these hexagons together. So everybody had a chance to take a look. Any thoughts or suggestions? Again, we're open to any challenges.
It's highly editable.
What?
It's highly editable.
Exactly. So, all right. No thoughts, no feedback on the spreadsheet. Everybody's taking a look at it. It all kind of makes sense. So this is what we're going to be using to proceed. Now, is there any new medical I-Ching consultations?
I did one too that I was hoping to share maybe today. But I did it with my mom actually. But
Did you have one for yourself?
I did one for myself, but I think that was more interesting. But
Your mom was more interesting?
yeah, I mean, I'm curious to know stuff because I've actually been working on her. So
Okay.
but I mean, we can get to it at some point.
I don't have any resistance to do that, but I don't care. Basic, this whole thing is educational. I just think that we should become comfortable with looking at our own medical chart, so to speak, before we start reading somebody else. But those of you that weren't able to give us a hexagram last week, we're missing a couple of people. So I've seen them show up. Anybody else want to share? Okay. You want to share yours?
Sure.
Okay, so put it on the board.
Sure.
So we all understand this whole thing about diagnosis, right? Any prognosis? Any questions about that? Everybody's clear about how we get to those three levels of understanding from the same hexagon. Okay, so what is your hexagon? The initial hexagon will withdraw from is always in the center state, the diagnosis of what's happening. Is the time, place, relationship to your impulse. Okay? So, volunteer, give us the two diagram.
So it's yin, yin, yin.
Yin, yin, yin.
Yes. Yin, yin, yin.
So what is your
Yang, yang, yin.
Okay. So immediately we start looking at these two trigrams, and what are we saying to ourselves?
Well, the first thing that strikes me is that they're not in appropriate positions. So there's some support.
You're going way
Oh,
slow down. What's the first thing you say when you see these two trigrams?
Base over Earth.
Earth. Okay, good. And Earth also, since we're in the medical aspect of understanding, what do we say about this Earth energy? Flame. Or what else? Now we'll have a chart. Let's take a look. What else does it say here?
Ren channel.
One channel. Okay. Does all that make sense? Good. So we don't know. We're just kind of throwing this out there and seeing what we come up with. Whereas the upper trigram, we say is place, or what does it say about that? Speak up, everybody.
meadow, and vine.
Okay. And look at our chart where we have lake, immune system,
Sinuses, mucus,
large intestine. That's important, isn't it? Ties into allergies. Ties into all sorts of into a lower gut, right? Being able to food, nourishment. Okay.
Scott had a question. If you could review those, because they missed how you got those last week. If you could just quickly review that really quick for them.
I think
Yeah, we're going there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So let's ask a few questions of our patient here. Can you describe something about your medical condition? What's your feeling right now in terms of your health? Are complicated? That is a jelly one.
I find being able to get into
What?
so complicated.
Your life now is more complicated.
Well, I think my health, but this is right on. In fact, it's interesting because I broke my arm in a habit this past Sunday, and I was baking, and with my children, and my father worked on the bottom of the oven, and smoked those slightly with the lawn tray burn up, and there's smoke. I should go to the root. Clean up the butter. So I opened the oven, smoked 2.5 have my towel. I valiantly go in and I mopped up the gutter. The smoke totally stopped.
Oh no.
But I was really badly, right on the line of justice. So I had to go to the
Oh no.
yeah, but I'm okay.
You should put aloe. Can you get
I
raw
just
aloe?
got
Just keep putting up compost of that. Just all the time.
Yeah, it's swelled up, it got infected. I have lines going towards my body. It's not a huge toxic community that was the infections during the So it's really not bad. But it was on my life. Also, I tend to be skin deficient, definitely. I had a liver injury as a child. Then I had a bad reaction to toxins. And so that all factors in. I'm asthmatic. And then
That's not get the lung.
the lung condition, then I always had that since I was a child. And I was born but every year about this time, I got the flu, and I felt okay, I thought I was recovered. But then when they gave me the IV antibiotics for my arm, I suddenly went,
Wow.
and I hadn't realized that I had felt so constricted in my lungs. So at the same time, I just had to issues. So this is totally right to all of the complicated many factors that make it.
Okay. So how the rest of you healers have to say about this situation? Now you've heard a very good description of your present situation.
And I can add to that too that the liver injury when I was a child from over, they didn't know I was asthmatic, they didn't know I was allergic to dairy. So they just gave me antibiotics. And this is probably something that we would see in our practice. But at that point, I got also asthma as a reaction to all of the antibiotics that was unnecessary in my own immune system. So I deal with that as well, and I always have to keep my autoimmune issues balanced as well.
Do you eat gluten? Okay, yeah. Related, right? Yeah.
Interestingly though, I can get it grown in another country. I think the problem is the insecticide that we use here, because I have no problem with chocolate from Italy.
Wow.
Or pasta that's from Italy. So if it's from here, I have a big
Yeah.
so I don't really like gluten in my family.
Yeah.
More probably highly to nature.
Yeah. Definitely.
What is the major complaint or the major, I know you have conflict in the children, and what is your major
I'm still talking, this morning, I learned about acupuncture, and I taught myself in the acupuncture therapy. There's nothing like, everybody still has I'm still producing to, still working it out. So I'm hearing there's a lot of creative and people, but that kind of get over here. But no, I received really good treatment, but after that, I did have
signify in terms of a medical condition?
Sensitivity, intellectual.
Spring and summer, nourishment, and chin, joint, neck, shoulder, stagnation, blockage, suffering, so, and tumor.
Does that make sense? Stagnation, blockages, and the earth channel. Female reproductive. Okay? So this is the lower. What's the upper? I hope everybody sees this. Basically taking these three, the lower, then these three, stagnation, blockages. Okay. So what is the upper? Wind, wood, liver. There you go. See? So wood, liver. Pretty much corresponds to what she was telling us, didn't it? In her childhood, she said that she had a lot of antibiotics, a lot of problems with the liver. So what did this all of a sudden show you? Stagnation in the liver. Okay? So, in her situation, this history is not telling her so much as it was last week, telling you about your genetic situation, but it's actually talking about her childhood experience. That's why you got to be kind of flexible. That's why you can think with an open mind. Okay? Any other thoughts about this? Her history? And she pretty much told us about it. Is there any more we can tell her? Does everybody see that as a logic? What?
I say that green thread. The present diagnosis. Because, like I said, even on a mountain, the same way with the stomach and spleen. If you have weight like that, you have a weakness of spleen or and it's wrong.
And there was a wind issue too, and wind in using TCM, and that when I had the reaction to penicillin, what happened was my whole body got really swollen. I was pain, my body got really hurt. But I did that in kind of times, but they moved all around my body. I was laying in bed watching the lash move.
Wow.
And it's and the doctor at the time said, give us some steroids, give us some more medicine,
Yeah.
But now, when I come to it, I'm like, wow, that's a movement of that reaction.
Okay. Everybody's looking so far, right? You see a pretty clear picture of the history, bringing us to the present diagnosis. Again, pretty now, here's the next thing. Where is this whole situation going, health-wise? How do we figure out what the prognosis is? So this line of prognostication is a human line, right? So it becomes a young line. Okay? Everything else stays the same, right? Of everyone in our anything we check, I guess that's enough explanation.
Yeah. Let's see.
So all of a sudden
I'm
we
gonna do
have
it.
two other fragments, which are thunder, which represents what?
No. Sundials, democracy.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Sundial and what? Pericardium, right?
Pericardium, right?
Acute problem. So
Yeah, pericardium.
sleep problem.
Also mentions accident. She is talking about having an accident, right? Okay. So here's thunder. And what is the upper leg? Which is metal, right? So thunder is wood. Yeah. So everybody sees how this transforms itself. So what do we have to say about her present situation? Where it's leading her? Hmm? Now you folks are TCM healers, right? You can just use those as references. You should be able to I want you to develop your intuition.
It seems that there's in the base elements that they're not balanced and that would lead to more of a angelic condition and the other capitalism that gets to the weak, the darkness from water from to angelic more integrated, complicated water habits.
That's good. Any other thoughts?
Pop music all together. You have to awaken, overcome trauma, things that happen, you work on yourself, internal, emotion first, not physical. If you under it and awaken it, then it will. Because there's a lot of things going on. It's to, even if you feel like, get used to it, but it's like a scar in your journey. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to, you want to overcome it. Sick and tired of being sick and tired of taking antibiotics, something like that. You have to overcome it. First of all, in your mind, to awaken. And then for the physical, you have to work on it. Like, you have to deal with the organ functions of weakness. That it's interesting that they suggest that finds out many times. This is not only the physical, but it's something about emotion. Because Saoyan thing is pretty much involved emotion, even though it's not quite to the liver. But the instrument itself, the thunder itself, is a blue animal. And then such a Saoyan problem is pretty much about some is about the liquid of going down. If everything got shot, it maybe come from liver, emotion, whatever, it's stuck down. the transformation of the fluid of everything. And get out of the sunshine is the easy because it's epic and hard as well. So literally not a hard organ, but it's epic hard. This is emotion, but that affects your constitution. So young. I feel it's so young because they have a so young problem. It's pretty much major problem is from emotion. Doesn't matter what problem. It might be your constitution, your illness. It's how you stress. Not to work like that.
Well, when you do, and you do a great job, but if you do this, you also want to be questioning the patient. And you're going to ask her, what about your emotions? What about the emotions of the woman? Right? And ask her to have any.
Well, you're right, and I was born with a predisposition for heart issues genetically, and so my children now have this heart lung. And so that tells me that I do have a sensitivity to emotion. I have to be mindful of my heart. Always.
Sadness. There's a lot of sadness.
Yeah, I do, but I try to let it go. I don't let it stop me. I feel it, and I let it go. I'm not happy.
You do a lot of meditation, right?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing we're going to talk about. What she's doing now and when she's on the right track. And she's moving in the right direction. You know what the situation is, but the prognosis is positive.
Well, I can say,
Wait, let's see what the rest of it
well, it is chocolate.
You have to honor your spirit, that you're sensitive to like all the toxins in the world and how they toxic emotions too. So you need to probably protect yourself more and I mean, this is just my total intuition. It's just that you're like more on the psychic side, and that's like an ally, but also just to protect yourself from all the like negative noise, and because that you're more like a spiritual being type of thing, and that you just keep on that path and you'll feel more healthy and more aligned with your own self. That's just my thing.
Very good. Okay, let's turn to the book then. So now we have 3 separate pentagrams. So this has all been done just with our own intuition, a little glancing at this spreadsheet. So now we want to see what those each have to say.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Under thunder, what this means? Ears just don't hear.
I'm sorry? Thunder?
Yeah.
Ears just don't hear.
What this means? It's like it means it's stubborn or doesn't wanna hear or
I don't know. Look at that. What's your take on it?
I think it's good, yeah. Like people, I think it's maybe that, maybe not deafness, because then I think it's like deafness. I think it's that you're not
really to hear.
You're not listening. Give you advice and you're not listening.
I've met people like that, where the doctor says, please stop drinking and do their back every day. And they say,
Right.
I'm not taking it in, I think that's my intuition, is that it's not taking it in. You can hear, but not listening.
Good point. Okay, what are our 3 hexagrams here? There's one with lake or earth. What is the number? Okay. History.
This is yes.
5:30. Okay. And prognosis.
17.
Okay. Now let's go through each one individually. Turn to hexagram 45. See if it has any additional insight into your health condition. Gathering the essence. What does that mean? Okay. Is that what we're seeing here? Are we basically seeing just an overall situation? She's generally weak. She just needs to kind of strengthen herself.
Yeah, and I see also hope, wherever there's water, there's life and hope. And so I see the water as like the I-Ching water, the water supply, or essence that there's hope and there's hope for life even in this challenge.
Also relates because of self-reflection. So, yes, it's more about so,
Just the one.
it's a gathering of good, positive energy as an opportunity to renew oneself.
We didn't talk about the lines. What can we say about that? Line number 1.
It's not a position, but it's support. Support.
You say it's not supported?
It's not in the right position, but it's support.
Right. It's in line and on position. But it has support here. Line number 1. Anything else about this line sequence?
But yeah, tracking for the supporter, especially the 2 top lines. The independent replace the third line
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem here. So you're a very young person. Yeah. And this hexagram represents very young what it is. And because it's unsupported, you don't have a good foundation. It's line number 1. Beginning. Start. In wrong position. What else? Anything else? Reading the line or reading the guidance? Anybody have anything else to say to us? Okay. Well, not the line, the whole hexagram.
pondering on it.
I like that it says it's an opportunity to renew oneself because I think there's a lot of people in my past have been an invitation to exploring oneself. And also, without them, I wouldn't have sought alternative medicine. I probably wouldn't have explored meditation, which is now a big part of my life.
Okay.
So I like that part of what the book says, that it's an opportunity for renewing oneself, gathering things. And sometimes when your health is destroyed, it's an opportunity to rebuild.
Right.
And rebuild fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So even acupuncture, it's a little injury.
It says gradualness. I guess you could say, from reading this, that it's been a gradual process.
That's true.
From the time you were 8 years old until the present time. You know, that's your history. So you slowly have been gathering, probably what yours was gathering her essence. You know, it's a slow process. If you get destroyed like that as a child, you know, a lot of people never recover from that kind of a trauma. So.
And I think Western medicine is kind of the opposite. They want to abruptly fix. And abruptly fixing things cause more damage to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And what do you think the original problem was, looking back on it now, with your insight and your awareness?
Looking back on my personal health history, I can see that I was born with weak spleen. I had colic as a baby.
You had what?
So I think I was born with weak spleen energy anyway.
Okay.
So I had colic as a baby.
Colic as a baby.
And then, and poor digestion, a lot of stomach aches. On top of that, I ate a ton of dairy, which I now know I'm allergic to. And my throat would swell shut, and they would think it was strep and give me antibiotics. So I think that the root of it was a weak spleen, and then throwing that much medicine at my body injured my liver. And so when I went into the allergic reaction, I think that was my liver being injured. And then on top of that, they gave me a bunch of other medicines at that time. So I was already in a rash, in bed, swollen, and I was taking a handful of steroids, erythromycin, and other, I don't even know what else they were doing, anti-inflammatories. I think that injured it further. Yeah, I think my liver was probably already vulnerable.
Well, it certainly looks that way.
Yeah.
Okay, prognosis. What do we have? Number 17. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's compliance.
Compliance or following? What does that mean? Did we have this before? We talked about this hexagram?
I think it means up to follow the instructions of my discipline, keep an open mind, follow highest principles. To me, it's saying, I really can't just fall back and slack and eat McDonald's and go hang out at bars or something. Like, that's just not my path. I think if I do that, it's bad news. And luckily, that's not who I am, so I'm in good shape. But I think it's telling me that based on my history and my diagnosis, I really have to stick to what I know is correct for me. That's what I'm getting.
Well, it sounds like you're doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I read from this prognosis. As long as you keep doing what you're doing right now, things are going to be okay. It might take a while, but you're on the right track.
It's almost like there's this thunder that's below the lake. It's like it's bursting energy towards more reflection, self-reflection. It's like,
Yeah, she's waking up. She's self-reflecting. She sees who she is. She sees how she has to order her life. She's not at someone else's, mercy as you were when you're 8 years old. When you're 8 years old, you kind of have to basically do what all these people are doing. No one ever tells you, hey, you might want to just stop doing this stuff. So, what do the rest of you folks have to say about her? Anything else she could be doing? What about food? What kind of food would you tell her to be eating?
Clean food.
What?
Clean food, not toxic. Like no chemicals or, just like clean, organic, fresh food. Easy to assimilate, that makes you feel good,
So you have to be in a good nutrient for yourself.
Yeah.
So why you getting sick? So then it's food salad. Thank you for being sick.
Yeah.
Why you hang around McDonald's?
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be the head of Disneyland Corporation. Selling candy.
Okay, so now that you've had your consultation with us, what would you give us your notes and interpretation?
My notes and
Yeah,
interpretation?
exactly. You've heard what everyone else has to say. This is your reading, your chart. What do you say?
I feel really seen, appropriately seen, that what the I-Ching reflected was an accurate reflection.
Okay.
And I feel encouraged to continue on the path that I'm on. I'm encouraged to be self-disciplined and to follow good advice. So I feel like I'm on the right path.
Great.
Yeah. And in doing this and using the new worksheet, I made some changes.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I'll email you guys a new one and let me know what you think. I did a line here and a line here, so you can separate your notes.
Right.
Okay? And then I added a little box next to each casting for the number of the hexagram.
Okay.
So, anyone else have suggestions before I turn it into a PDF and email it to you?
It looks great to me.
Yeah.
So you keep editing.
Okay.
Next
Great
week we
job.
might have more changes to it. Any further thoughts for Olivia? I think she's doing great. I think that, she's had a tough time. You can see how
When she
difficult.
was a child, she got a wrong one. I mean, the first one is in her child early stage of the illness, is in the early age.
Right.
It's tough for her life.
Okay. Any other thoughts, comments? I think it's pretty accurate. So,
Maybe you're an angel that's not used to Earth.
That's very ethereal. Maybe I'm mastering Earth for my next incarnation.
Just give us, talk to us. Give us your, we have a new patient now, okay? So much about this lady. Tell us a little about yourself.
Myself?
Yeah, in terms of health situation.
I gained weight
Okay. Recently?
in 1 year. Within 1 year. More than 30 pounds.
Okay.
And I was struggling to losing weight. Oh, yeah. Also, I have joint pain,
Joint pain,
arthritis.
arthritis. Okay.
So it's difficult to walk. After I putting this and then standing up and standing is painful and sickness.
Okay. What about with your family? Any medical conditions with your father and mother?
Yeah, my father got stroke.
Stroke.
Yeah, he passed away with heart problem.
Okay.
My mom passed away with cancer.
Mm.
And my sister had a patient with breast cancer.
Okay.
And also she has suicide difficulties.
Anybody have questions for her?
What was the last thing about your sister?
My sister?
Yeah. What was the last thing you said about her? What does that mean?
The intestine.
Diverticulitis.
Oh, like
It's
it's
not a diverticular.
I think it's colitis.
It's coordinated.
Oh,
Patient and diarrhea.
right.
It's not Crohn's.
It gets twisted,
Oh, okay.
infected.
Oh, it's
It's
irritable bowel.
Lucite colitis.
Spell.
ULCERTI.
Oh,
Ulcer.
ulcer.
Ulceritis.
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 Okay. So your family definitely has a lot of medical.
Yeah.
You're a student here. You're taking acupuncture. You're taking herbs.
Right now I'm taking single arms. Oh, I know actually I did daily, so I'm taking single arms. Getting better.
Okay. Now, any questions for this lady? Okay, you're all now TCM practitioners. This is like a hospital setting. So we're trying to help her out. We're trying to see if the I-Ching can give us any insight into her health condition. So further questions before we play with the hexagrams?
Did you also say you had digestive issues? So your family had some.
No, but I think when I was a little, I had a bit. No diagnosis. Just sometimes I feel pain. And I have to lay down and feel the excitement and then it's gone. So yeah.
Any digestive problems? You digest your food okay?
No
I
Western.
have no Western biases. I have weak spring.
We explain. Okay. Any other questions for this lady? All right, well then, let's turn to, see this board, this, I can't put it right where I want it to go. That's why, this is such a great piece of paper. Okay, first we have our diagnosis, right? So what is the hexagram? Or two trigrams?
Yeah, in
The lower trigram is what?
yeah.
Yang, yang, yin. Yang, yang, yin. Stop for a moment. What does that represent? Lake. Okay. Also, lake. What's the next step? What's the element?
Metal.
Metal.
Metal. Okay? So at least go through that 1, 2, 3 step. Anytime you see a trigram. Okay? All right. What is the upper trigram?
Yin, yang, yin.
Yin, yang, yin. Yin. We all know what that is, right?
Water.
Water. What else? Kidneys. And it's a water element. Okay. So when you see these two together, what's the first thing you see?
A lot of water.
A lot of water. Yeah, exactly.
And then down.
A lot of phlegm.
That's why I think it's no. Also down when it comes to inflammation, also spring weakness.
Okay.
Okay, I see some group with immune system. Immunity.
Yeah, this is the immune system.
Pneumonia.
Yeah, and after that I push to the cold. Like, this winter I have a weak immunity.
Okay. Which line did you get?
Two.
Line number 2?
Yeah, but I drew the symmetrical line.
Yeah.
The one C was crooked.
It was crooked.
Yeah, I don't know. That is the
It's the little finish.
yeah little piece.
It's cracking.
I don't know that it was even zero. But then yeah, it's a
Tiny seed.
tiny seed.
Well, everyone has to deal with that their own way. But my way is, if it's a deformed seed, I will count it and I'll throw it away. So that's what I would do. But if I find a little stick or a little stone, I don't count those. Because sometimes you find sticks and stones, and sometimes they look like seeds. But then you examine it, it's a rock or a twig, something like that. So, we're going to count that seed. What,
If I count to 8 means 3.
okay, line number 2. What can you say about that line?
Is the yang position yang in the yin position.
Right.
Yang line in the yin position.
About that line.
No support.
What? Those young lines. All right.
What do you mean no support? It means no one help on only by her own, or what does he mean?
It could be any of that.
No, medical.
It could be that. We just use the idea there's no support, and you try to figure out what that
Anything
means.
negative or
Not necessarily negative, it just means that she's kind of by herself. You know, she's in a situation, she's not getting any support.
And it also indicates, I think in my diagnosis, it indicates that maybe it's a weakness, like not stable. You know,
Good.
kind of,
Yeah, there's you're weak when you're not supported.
yeah.
You've got a lot of people supporting you, then you feel much stronger. What else can we say about this? Extra lines. Or move any further. Being TCM interplay between the lungs and the kidneys.
mother and son?
Mother and son. Basically, is there any kind of a medical condition that corresponds to that?
You know, usually if the lungs, you can't get the qi down into the kidneys, so there's kind of a qi deficient tendency.
Okay.
So like you're pulling the energy down all the way to the kidneys to warm that metabolism, all these things.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Use your intuition, brainstorm, or just, you may want to ask her some more questions.
You say normally kidney and lung is kind of support each other. It have to be harmonized. If it's not harmonized, it will have to happen with the two takeaways.
Okay.
Like you will have to call the two circulation in the body. The lung two cannot go down.
Okay. We should get, what's arthritis? What is that? Is that a circulation?
About kidney bone.
Oh. Something with the water circulation?
Down.
And they call it like a dampness, kind of.
The dampness.
Yeah, a lot of water.
Also, cold damp. Kidney is cold.
Are you by nature cold? Nature chill? No?
Does she have like a weak constitution, decline of her essence, and then that's why her bone is getting declined?
Mm-hmm.
Because kidney relate to the bone. Joy. Bone.
Okay.
What about because lung, kidney, liver, right? Is liver sinews and tendons? Is that what bothers you? Sinews and tendons? Is that like joints or no? Are joints sinews? Are they? So
It's a bit of both. It's like this little capsule of sinewy connective tissue around the bones.
right.
Like it's
both kidney and okay.
But yes, not really just bone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well, let's try to see if there's anything going on with the history. Now we all understand how we derive the history of our condition, right? Yang, yin, which is
Thunder.
thunder,
Wood.
wood, okay.
Relates to San Jiao and pericardium.
Okay.
Yin yang.
And what's the other one? The upper?
Yin yang.
Mountain, right? Which?
Earth.
Earth. What else?
Spring, summer,
Flame, summer.
joy. Everything.
What else can that mountain signify?
Yeah. Joy, neck, shoulder, seven bronchus.
Stagnancy, blockage.
And that's all you have.
Everything's under the mountain? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, under the mountain. You have a shoulder pain, joint pain.
Excess weight.
Yeah. Always.
I mean, weight.
Happiness.
Well, that's how you feel, right? It's not how you look, it's how you feel, right?
Not malnutrition. Anything.
So like if the liver and maybe the movement associated with thunder is blocked by being under the heaviness of the mountain.
Yeah. You're stressed if you overeat. I think something about emotion, something about, because it's thunder, it's about sun to pericardium and then relate to like sudden onset stuff. Restlessness.
Did anything happen of significance in your life that started your current health issue? Like when you said you had a sudden weight gain. Was there anything happening at that time in your life that would have influenced your health or your emotions? Like anything that you
I
remember?
started having a pain when I went back to Japan. After I took an airplane, and then after that, I started having pain.
What year was that?
Last year.
Yeah, when my father was sick.
Oh, so your father was sick when you went back, and that's why you went back.
Yeah.
But maybe that could have been very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made his transition. Or is he still alive?
He passed away last year.
Was it during that trip? Because I wonder if it has to do with your sorrow.
Right, sadness, the mom has sadness.
Well, that's a big journey to make, and it was
emotional.
just, yeah, very emotional. I wonder if it may be connected to that loss. Losing your dad is a huge life event.
And the no support, like feeling not supported, because your dad was a support for you. And you were like, where's my support?
Were you close to your dad?
Yeah. And my intuition for some reason is that there's a connection with the timing. You know, maybe it wasn't as much to do with the airplane as to do with the purpose of the journey and what happened, what you had to go through.
There's also, she mentioned all the problems. Your father had a stroke, right? And he also had cancer, is that right?
I know.
Oh, mom. Yeah, I can see all that in, the stroke is just thunder, and this mountain is cancer. So these things are in your background.
Right.
Anything else? So let's turn to the prognosis here, which becomes what?
How do you figure out the prognosis again? I missed that somehow.
You take this significant line, we call it the line of prognostication. So it is a yang line in her diagnosis, okay, which then changes into a yin line in the prognosis. Okay? Yang becomes yin.
Because it's in the second position? It's like the second one? Okay.
Yeah, right there. And the other 5 lines stay the same, right?
Right. Right. So you just change the significant line. You keep the diagnosis, you keep the original hexagram, and then you just change the significant line?
Correct.
Okay.
That's what we call the line of prognostication. I
Oh,
don't even know if that's a word.
interesting.
Is now.
What is that?
We'll copyright it.
Yeah, it is.
Patent. We got a patent hit.
No, I don't know.
It's official.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so what can we say about her prognosis?
Thunder.
You have thunder here. Thunder is what? Wood, right? And we also have the water again. So, the kidneys. So, what can we say?
So you need to give me
Say again?
water.
Okay. For sure. Not just the kidneys, but your whole elimination, bladder. What else?
So again, it points, thunder goes to the Sanjiao again. Now it's talking more about water. The water theme continues. So circulation of those hexagrams.
And also, I don't know if this is really shown in this prognostication, but if she can, I mean, wood is definitely emotions, like a lot of emotions. Like maybe if you can sort of come to peace with your emotions about what happened to your father and just your family not feeling supported, then it will help like your kidney, which is like your essence. It's like then you can nourish it. It won't be like taking away. It'll be like you can. I don't know if that's right, but my feeling about it. And then maybe your dad will be. I mean, I believe in reincarnation. Maybe he'll be reborn. You know, pre-heaven essence. You know. So.
You should work on your, like thunder is awakening, and like yourself, work on your emotion, overcome that, and then work on your keeping your essence to you bring your prognosis, mind and physical, like that.
It's almost like in the diagnosis, there's the lung which has the grief aspect in there, which is shifting into thunder, which is like trauma, it says almost. So it's almost as if the emotions are not being processed, it's going deeper into the body. It almost sounds like you can interpret that. The emotions are not addressed.
Any other insights? Before we turn to the book? you have any thoughts? Yes?
Yeah, I think since you focus on the lower part of the body as well.
More part of the body.
Yeah.
I have a blood in the urine for like 1
Mm-hmm.
I get this. I go to I mean, already checked. So he has results.
Does anybody, I didn't quite get that. Does anybody?
What do you say?
Blood in
Yeah, we check again what the doctor says. What the result.
I haven't gone to listen.
This is very recent.
Oh, that's been like 1 year. Every time I check my urine, there's a blood in it. I haven't checked yet. The day 3 I checked, and I don't know the result yet.
Okay, what's the numbers of our 3 hexagrams?
60.
60 for diagnosis.
Diagnosis is which one?
60.
60.
Mm-hmm.
The history is
27.
27. Okay. And the prognosis is, what is it? 3. Okay, let's turn back to the diagnosis, number 60.
Self-distract.
So it says self-restraint. How does self-restraint apply to her medical situation?
Don't eat too much.
What?
Don't eat.
Don't eat too much. What else? It's a time of self-control, self-discipline, and self-restraint. Well, it says right here, I guess you're right. It says, for example, one eats too much, one's internal organs are harmed. What about the line?
These joints make the body stronger and more flexible. There's an interesting, in this it says, in natural spiritual education, self-restraint is symbolized by bamboo, which is hollow within and has a joint at regular intervals. These joints, remember she was talking about her joint pain? These joints make the bamboo stronger and more flexible. Maybe it's relating to her joint issue. I mean, I don't know if I'm...
I mean, to be really like simplistic, the line says flexibility, versatility, and movement. It's just like doing like more exercise or yoga, things like that. more like eating less and so very practical. I mean, it's very easy in a way. It's not like
Yeah.
Is it difficult for you? Exercise?
she goes
So it
together.
doesn't come natural?
I'm doing exercise.
You're doing
I
exercise?
started like 3, 4 weeks.
Well, 3 or 4 weeks ago, okay.
But before that it was difficult.
I see. Okay. Is it a new exercise regime? What is it you do?
Yoga and Zumba and weight training.
Oh, okay. So it's a whole new regime right
I
now.
think so, yeah.
And you're happy with it? Oh, good.
Yeah.
What about this line number 2?
That's what I read. That's what it's saying.
Water not going out. What does that mean?
Dampness.
Damp.
Too much. Not contained.
What about, do you have any pain around your back area, like your kidney area? Little bit?
Not so much, but when I carry serious heavy stuff I get all pain. Yeah,
Why
not
don't
all
you
the
check
time.
the kidney function just in case? Because if the kidney is being very weak, can cause some damage inside, like in western side perspective, and then also reduce your energy, and then cause you.
So blood.
Also you have urine.
Should we know about kidney function?
Blood
Yeah,
test.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but it out like something, any infection in there.
It's sick.
Okay, take a look at the history here. Providing nourishment.
What do you like to eat that you're not supposed to? Sweet? Ooh. Spleen is like.
It's sweet.
Come on. Bye-bye.
I mean, also intuitively, like this was also relating to your parents. These types of things. They can also be the nourishment and support from the parents that you had in your
Yeah.
history. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the Instagram. It's like yang top and yang below. Kind of like and then inside is a yin. It's kind of like something that surrounding, like protect the door, open and close. Good care. So comfortable.
Did your dad eat healthy? Did he eat? Oh, like, was he healthy? His diet?
He eats whatever he wants to eat.
Oh.
Historically, what did you eat? Traditional Japanese diet or what?
Japanese diet, but now I am Thai food diet.
Now you what?
Thai food addiction.
Because of her.
So me?
No, before
Uh-huh.
that, my diet is Japanese. Totally Japanese. But right now it's Thai food diet.
Major, right?
Do you still eat a lot of rice? I mean, rice is kind of the basis for both Thai food and Japanese food.
she eat a lot of curry.
A lot of curry.
Soy food.
Yeah.
Well, that stuff is generally quite healthy, but then it's also like you have lots of snacks in between, like cookies and this
I
sweets.
told her like I feel like actually Thai food itself not that bad.
Yeah, it's good.
Because it's a lot of spice. Of course, it's a lot of spice. Too spicy. Maybe the bad thing is too spicy for you. And
Maybe
then
she said maybe
coconut.
that.
But I feel like she eat a lot of processed food, and then a lot of salty food, like poor diet. I mean, I feel like food is not not healthy. Like a lot of mayonnaise, a lot of salty, a lot of like fish sauce, soy sauce, it's too much seasoning. That's what I told her to stop.
Salt,
Yeah, a lot of salt.
Yeah, a lot of that salt is going to affect
Yeah,
your
she
kidneys.
eat a lot. For me, I
right.
feel like she eat a lot of seasoning, but
Right, the
it's her
kidneys.
habit. She don't realize that she eat too much salt.
Maybe my father like strong taste, a lot of soy sauce.
Yeah, she eat a lot of seasoning.
Yeah, it sounds like too much salt. What you're
Yeah.
saying
Even
is going to cause all this water problem.
I feel like she eat a lot of soy sauce.
Okay, I will cut down.
Like a lot of put the soy sauce and soy sauce.
Maybe use the low salt.
Yeah. a
And
lot of
or
salt.
they make some. I mean, it's not as good. It's called Bragg's amino acids, and it's like soy sauce, but it's healthier.
That could be very helpful.
So
Try
just
that.
cut down
If you like the
Bragg?
taste,
amino acids.
You know, also-
if you like the taste, then it would be good. It would be stuff.
Amino acid.
Yeah, it's
And also the quality of the salt, like the Himalayan salt is much better than the
Yeah.
table salt.
Well, I think it's a pretty accurate description of her history and present situation, right? The food, the nourishment.
Yeah, check your food because it's salty.
Let's turn to prognosis, which is hexagram number 3. Water over thunder. We're talking about this water in the dam again, right? Is unable to move and therefore accumulates.
I mean, it is talking again about this blockage or this, maybe sort of dam or something, but the advice it seems to give is to maintain balance and to adhere to correct principles. And maybe you know changes you might need to do if it has to do with this salt and diet. Sounds like it's a positive thing to.
Yeah, new friends. You want to gather more energy, gather more friends. To accumulate. Don't be impulsive. Kind of allow things to develop naturally. Move things slowly, as far as changing your diet. You just change your exercise regime. So all those things, I think, will kind of break up that stagnation, allow energy to move. What you got to do is you got to kind of move that water energy. You know what I mean? So looks to me like it's pretty accurate advice. Anybody else have any thoughts?
It's so interesting about the salt and the kidneys. That's just so perfect for her to know that right now. She can change her whole health with that, just being Where diets? Yeah. She knew it was related. You knew it was something about your diet because you mentioned that first, and then the other things you mentioned after. So it's interesting. It's like you knew the answer kind of yourself too.
And the connection is showing now with the bladder, the urinary bladder, and
Yeah.
connects very much to all the TCM we studied. It's
Mm.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a stubborn person? Or flexible? Both flexible and stubborn. Well, I think what it's saying is you open up, kind of allow this water to move, get these blockages, you'll be fine. And if you change your diet, you've already changed your exercise regime. What else does TCM practitioners would you advise her to do?
Well, currently I'm on a fruit and juice fast. So
What?
I'm on
Wow.
a fruit and juice fast, which is very nice in the springtime when spring is coming.
Nice.
Cleanse. Well, I don't know, I'm just feeling it. I've been doing it for 2 days now.
Wow.
So
For my
Good job.
suggestion,
but
my friend,
Uh-huh.
just balance everything out. Like, for me, I believe not too extreme, like do something that whatever diet that you control it in the balance. You can eat meat, you can eat healthy, you can eat fat, as long as you eat like a balance, not too much, not too little. It will help. It will reduce. Every day that you be like this with too much excess, like not balanced, too much. Just bring everything there and then keep exercise. Everything will be go down.
You're her friend, right?
That's why.
Well, that's what she says right here. Need more friends. She needs the support of friends.
Yeah.
Encourage her to stay on the right track.
Yeah. You guys should go, eat more, eat together more.
Right.
Yeah, she's exercise more, but she don't stop her routine how to eat. She will eat the same thing. It's not gonna work. Have to change the way her eating and then do exercise as well. Everything has to go together, not only one thing.
Yeah, and I definitely have your water situation checked out. I mean, I think you definitely need to find out what's really going on. Just as a marker. So you can see in 6 months or a year whether there's been a significant change. So I think it's pretty accurate description of who you are. So pretty much, any comments, advice for her?
Eat together more.
If she can eat like me, it will be good.
Yeah.
Diet is extreme to the good food.
You're very strict with your diet,
Plant-based.
right?
I have
The
to.
way you talk, you have to be, right? Well, she has to be just the same,
I have to respect her. If she don't have to, she will be so sick. It's the same with me. If I'm not strict, I'm gonna be so sick. I have to. Something that's a good thing for illness.
Yeah.
Because they force you to do it. Otherwise, I will eat like her. Because everyone want it. Everyone want the tasty food, very good food, spicy food. I wanted to because I was born with that. But can you imagine? I cannot eat any spicy, anything.
Any sweet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was born with that. When I see my food, I would love it. I miss every food that I was born with, but I cannot touch it. That's the way I have to prepare my mind. Like, I have to calm down my mind. Forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to survive. I have to change my diet to survive. That's what I have to. That's why I lose weight a lot because I cannot eat good food. Like
can't eat everything everywhere,
Yeah,
right?
tasty thing is so hard. You cannot.
Well, I think that's great, and that's what this school is good for. It's a support group, is to support your good efforts, and to try to keep everybody on the right track. So,
Definitely.
there will be no class next week, so we meet again in 2 weeks. And I think at this stage, I think we've gone through everyone, except you didn't want to, but use this same analysis for someone like a patient of yours, or someone in your family, someone that you know has an interesting medical situation that you don't, maybe you know some of the symptoms, but you don't know everything about that person. And they won't be here to ask them questions, but we can develop some pretty decent insight.
Yeah, like her case.
Say again?
On her case, on her history, I don't ask anything. I let Ali and her to ask.
Mhm.
So because I know her,
You know her
I
history.
know about her history, so I don't want to use my thing that I know to build up everything.
Oh,
so
right.
I just quiet and then listen to everybody, like, and they guide
Yeah.
to it any relate to her emotions, something that, and then she got it. I know about it, but I don't want to talk about it.
Right. It just
Well,
came
that's
out
great.
naturally.
But if you're treating someone and you know everything about them, you don't know the fact. But it's good in this group that you wait to see everyone else kind of has that same insight before you tell them things. That's why I want you to keep the book closed until you kind of look at these things and kind of develop your own intuition. You're all TCM practitioners, and so you're all kind of working with the energies every day. And so the more you work with them, the more it all becomes a simpler process. Anyway, that's it for today, and we will have another class in 2 weeks. Not next week. Question?
So we only do this history and diagnosis and prognosis for the medical issue, or can we do this for every case?
Well, you can, but it becomes a little bit, cumbersome. You know what I mean? I think that for medical, it really applies itself well. Because in a medical situation, you're always looking for the diagnosis. You're always looking for the history. You're always looking to see the prognosis. But if you're talking about a relationship or a career, things like that, I think it's more just looking at where you are at the present time. Of course, if you want to, you can obviously, everything is health related, fundamentally speaking. You know what I'm speaking? So whether it's your career or relationship or whatever, it affects your health. So, it just depends on to what degree. I think everyone's getting the basics. The 8 energies, how they apply in a medical situation. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sure. About the retreat? Are you going to go?
Work out again?
Yeah.
You signed up?
Bye. Have a good night.
I think it's mostly good.
Are you gonna?
According to Mao, it's mostly based on
I'm gonna
titration.
probably just
It's
study
gonna
and
be
stuff.
a lot of physical.
I know. Are you gonna go? I just don't
It's in
know.
that same Halloween.
If it wasn't before midterms, I'd go, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just enjoy
And
myself.
if you get a chance to learn the 8 traces with Mao now, I would say,
You are?
It's the same place.
they have a form that's really, and an energy. It's not just knowing the form, but it's doing those movements with someone like them makes a big difference.
So for 2 days, we have 2 days.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the class
Friday,
schedule.
Saturday.
Enjoy it. I may or may not be there. I'm not sure yet.
I was the last thing.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
This is my food for today. But I like to every springtime. I do like a few days where I just cut down on
I would
food,
say that
very
just tell her that
much
she better just,
raw food. But the reason I do that is because I also do a lot of I-Ching, so I keep my digestive fiber on not to kill my sleep. But I do eat raw for a few days.
So do you make a shake or you just eat
This, like right now, I'm just eating like the whole food.